I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying, that bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them turn the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck that, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and your girl in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. Nigga, don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga, that ain't good game, homie, sorry. They say conversation rule the nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S.
Yo, welcome to the SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, man, and we back. And I ain't gonna lie, as you can see from the channel itself, there's a little bit of changes. I'm trying to still adjust a couple things. You see, I got a little bit. How do I say this? I got a little bit. How do you like to call it? I don't know the word. The word's leaving me right now. A little motivated from Raider Ben, because he looks like he's the only Raider YouTuber that goes live and has Nightbot. I brought Nightbot over here. Makes it easier for me. Makes it easier for a lot of things to go. So far there's only 2 commands. That's the first thing. There's 2 commands. It's exclamation mark Discord and exclamation mark membership to become about the member. And speaking of membership, of course, the membership is new. And what I mean by new is I took off 2 of the tier 2 and tier 3 memberships for now. and I only brought one membership, and this membership is $1 less than the lowest membership I had before. So it is cheaper. It is only one now, and it gives you the emojis and stuff. So if you want to become a member, just put exclamation mark membership, or in the next to the subscribe button, there's also a button that says join. You click that join button and you'll see it right there, man. It'll be greatly appreciated. I know a lot of people were members and it kind of reimbursed you guys. Hopefully it did. I hope it did. It said it will. But we're back. You feel me? I was gonna wait till Thursday, but I was like, you know what? There's a lot of things to talk about, and I'm not gonna miss it. So there's a lot of things to talk about in the Raider Nation. You feel me? A lot of news coming out here and there. Um, college football. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs. The Georgia Bulldogs have literally how do I say this? Got beat the shit out of TCU. I mean, beat like I mean, this wasn't even a national championship. This looked like a regular season game, bro. I felt bad for Max Duggan out there. I go cap to you. Um, but besides the point, man. At the end of the day, congratulations to Georgia Bulldog, back-to-back champions. I mean, Stenson Bennett looked like a beast. The guy's, if you guys didn't know, he's actually 25 years old. He is 25 years old. He is a 25-year-old. Um, over there. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So let me go straight into the people that are in here so far before we continue it. Shout out to Sean Johnson. Salute Eric Hope all as well. So much to chat about. Quarterback talk sounds like a good topic. It's a topic to talk about, man. Shout out to Auntie Six for becoming a member, brother. I appreciate you supporting again, brother. Yes, like I said, there's a new membership. You just put exclamation mark membership. Nightbot will give you the link. If not, there's a join button on the bottom of the live next to the subscribe button. Like I said, there's only one tier and it's $1 less than the last one. So I try to make it as affordable as possible. You don't have to, but I'll greatly appreciate everything goes towards the channel. Shout out to Terrence, man. The King of Moderators up in the building. Already dropping the links. I appreciate that. The Nation Nightmare Cortez was good. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Yo, shout out McDickhead. Shout out to Carlos Lopez, man. Shout out to Arkham Raider, man. Salute Eric and Raider Nation. Stack those likes up for your boy. I appreciate that, brother. Baby Wonder. Shout out to everybody, man. The Nation Nightmare was good, man. Shout out to OG Fade in the building. Terrence dropping the links. I appreciate that, brother. Go support all them links, man. Go click on all the links. Support the people behind the scenes to support everything in general that has to do with the SC experience. You feel me? A lot of things to come on this channel in the off season. Shout out to Tubby. What up, Tubby? Chile in the building. What's good? Salute to you as well. Shout out to Desert Raiders. Desert Raiders salute. Looking like Nightbot said, man. Stack them up. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't yet. If you like the content, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss or even skip a beat. Shout out to Ray Love, man. Ray Love in the building as well. Shout out to Dirty Eric SC. What up is the dopest intro word. I appreciate that, brother. Salute to you. Hope all is well, Call of Duty. Shout out to everybody that's up in here, man. Shout out to Richard Lyon in the building as well. Let me see. Shout out to Raider Way. What's good, Raider Way? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Shout out to Jaw Raider as well. Jaw Raider, salute to you. Shout out to Raider Primos in the house. 89 Raider in the building. What's good, 89 Raider? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Shout out to Ravishing Rick Free. Salute to you. Let me see. Shout out to Icy Nate. What's good, Icy Nate? What's good? Off topic, real quick. What's your thoughts on the 66-7 Georgia win last night? Just curious. Well, it's not what I expected, but it was what I predicted. And what I mean is, I didn't think it was going to be a 66-7 game, bro. I thought it was going to at least be like a 52-42, like by 10 points. But I did have Georgia taking it all the way. Georgia is just the more complete team overall on all the top four teams. I think it would have been better if Michigan would have beat TCU. I think Michigan would have put up a better fight than TCU. I think TCU was just a Cinderella story. And a lot of Cinderella stories come to an end. No hate towards them, but I'm not a big TCU fan. At the end of the day, so hey, I mean, I'm not a Georgia fan either, but I predicted Georgia to take it all the way. It would have been better if Ohio would have been higher, so Ohio would have played like TCU. I think Ohio would have matched up better with TCU, and I think Michigan would have right off the bat. But those are the rankings go. Of course, the college playoffs are going to get expanded, so we're going to see how interesting those get. But shout out to Ray Love in the building. Shout out to Primos. Don't draft anyone for TCU. TCU does actually got a couple people in the draft. I know their corner, one of the corners, I forgot his name, is one of the people that are expected to be in the second day, late second day or early third. Um, but watching that game, it just looked. I mean, shout out to normal guy in the building. Dark Atheist also in the building. Was good. Good to see everybody, man. We could cross Roquan Smith off the board. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of bringing Roquan Smith. For me personally, I wasn't a big fan of bringing Roquan Smith. I just knew it cost a lot of money, and I ain't gonna pay a linebacker that much when you could go in the draft or you could get a better linebacker for a cheaper price. I mean, not a better linebacker, but a linebacker that could do its job at least. Roquan Smith is still a good player. Of course, he's off the board. Got a 5-year, 20 mil extension. I believe 100 mil. It's crazy. Shout out to Terrence. Salute to you as well, man. What we looking for like this next year? This year was horrible. I know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We need a new safety. Harmon is good, but we won't be here forever. Let's go for Deshaun Elliott for the Lions. Ooh, that's an interesting name. We'll talk about it right now. I live for content. Stay true, King. I appreciate that, Carlos. Salute to you, man. Shout out to Snoop Hernandez in the building. Um, Sean Johnson, you like the safety for Texas A&M safety Antonio Johnson? I do like him a lot. He's actually the top 5 safety on my board. It's him, Brian Branch, Jordan Battle. Those are a couple guys that are in my top 5, of course. But I do like the boy from Texas A&M. I believe that's the 6'6" guy. Let me actually look at my list real quick. Um, yeah. Looking at it now, Jordan Battle, Brandon Joseph from Notre Dame, 6'1". Uh, Antonio Johnson, the 6'3", 200 pounder from Texas A&M. Then Chris Smith from Georgia, and then Tyke Smith from West Virginia are all the top 5 safeties on my board. Not top 5 safeties overall, but top 5 safeties on my board. That would go about. Shout out to Joel E in the building. What's good, Joel E? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Let me see. Shout out to Montana Fox. Salute SC. Hell no, I don't want to pay Roquan Smith no 20 million with our lack of cap space. That we got a lot of cap space, but it's gonna slim down once when you get Josh Jacobs and you do what you do with the quarterback position. It's a lot of things. Shout out to All Eyes on G in the building as well. But I think I caught up. So let's go first with the first topic at hand. Uh, who's next? The quarterback position has been something that's been a revolving door, and from 2000 and I believe 4, so I'm gonna say 2003 till 2014, right? And from 2014 till now, 9 years of Derek Carr have happened. For me personally, I didn't think Carr was a problem, in my opinion. In certain cases, he did play a horrible season this year. I ain't go cap. He did not play good at all. And at the end of the day, the regime made its choice, and the regime also felt like they didn't want Carr at all. So it is what it is. Like I said, of course, we're moving on. Everything points to moving on. Uh, and exactly, Terrence, not the only problem. That's how I needed to word it. It wasn't the only problem. Now one of them is taken care of course, with the benching. The benching that showed a lot that they're willing to make changes. Josh Jacobs came out on the presser and said, "Hey, there's gonna be a lot of new guys next year, so we're gonna overall. I'm gonna hang out with the boys the last week we play. We're gonna have fun, blah blah blah, kick it, hang out, all that stuff." Because he knows that a lot of people are gonna be out this door and in the door, so this whole team is going to be overall different next year. There's going to be a couple pieces that's going to stay, but there's going to be a lot of pieces that are going to move. Now the question is, moving forward, who is going to be the quarterback, right? Reports came out today that, of course, they're going to have a meeting with Derek Carr soon. Once we get that meeting in our hands and we realize what the meeting was about and what they talked about, hopefully it comes out. It usually doesn't, because, of course, they like to stay silent. We're gonna see what happens, right? There's a lot of possibilities, right? For all we know, they could do a full 180 and just restructure the fuck out of Carr and he stays, or we could go the other route of bringing a guy in that knows the system. Knowing the system is important to Josh McDaniels, and he realized that with Jarrett Stidham, and I think that's the moment he realized it. Now, I put these 3 names on the board. There's still more. I'll name the rest of them, and I want to see your guys' insight on it. Who would you guys like if they do 100% move on from Carr, which it looks like it. So moving on from Carr, who do you guys think is our best option? Would you guys go Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jared Stidham, Cam Newton, Jacoby Brissett, Mac Jones, or a rookie quarterback in next year in this upcoming draft? Those are your options as far as the system goes. Yes, the new rookie has to learn it, but that will become young, and that's a possibility at the end of the day. So, what do you guys think? What happened? Who would you guys choose if you were in Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels' hands? Or would you get a bench quarterback like Jared Stidham? Just get Jared Stidham, have him play the season, and then draft somebody in the following year. So let me know what you guys would do. What your guys' plan is, and then I'll let you know what my plan would be. M85 says GOAT rookie, so he's saying Tom Brady and the rookie. So rookie sit behind Tom Brady. But Joey, if Brady does shock the world and come to Vegas, then I will be okay with it. There you go. That's another thing. Tom Brady and draft a rookie. Okay. Hell no. He said hell no. Tom Brady would teach the system to the rookie the best as much of the nation hates it. He reminds me of McGloin. Who reminds you of McGloin? Tom Brady? That's crazy. Are you talking about Jared Stidham? If you're talking about Jared Stidham, it's understandable. McDaniel's ass is on the line. His ass is on the line. No Tom Brady. We need all line. That's a fact, Carlos. We'll get to that right now, Carlos. I'm just going um from the quarterback position out. So we're gonna talk about everything, trust me. But I got somebody backstage, man. Of course, he's also a Raider fan as well, man. Raider Nation is worldwide. He's from the land down under. Doesn't mean he's anything different from us over here in the States, man. He's still a true Raiders fan. Always rocks it, always talks about it, man. And one of my considered brothers, man, in the content world and in general, man. Give it up from the land down under, like I said. AR, aka Abkazi Raider in the build. What's good, Abkazi?
Good evening to you and everyone in the chat feed. How are we, brother?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I had a pretty shitty start to the day, to be honest, but it is what it is.
Damn.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Just talking about this quarterback carousel I like to talk about. Of course, you know as much as I know that we've been through a quarterback carousel before, Carr. Around 18 quarterbacks have came and gone. Now it looks like practically a 20th quarterback, including Carr, if you include that in that scenario. What do you feel about it? You hear a lot of Tom Brady. You hear a lot of Jimmy Garoppolo. What would be your choice if you had a choice to get somebody?
So it's only out of those two?
Oh, no, it could be anybody. It could be anybody.
All right, look. I mean, for me personally, like where I stand with it is that it seems to be that they're going all in on making a move to trying to secure Brady. I've gone on record a few times as saying I don't really want Brady, being that he's 46. You know what I mean? Like that's, even when you're the GOAT, Father Time is undefeated, and it's a question of how much does he have left in the tank. But at the same time, look, if we go all in on him and we do secure him as our quarterback, so be it. If he can still play at a pretty elite level, I mean, he's not going to be what he once was, but if he can still bring us wins, and to me personally, that's all I care about is wins. And I say by any means a lot, and I mean that. And if it takes having to bring in Brady by any means necessary, just get us wins, bring us back to the promised land, and getting some success for now and for the future, so to say. If we do secure him, I still want to grab a quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
Ideally, not too early. I'd rather address defense. But, I mean, I've said it a few times. At the very least, someone to develop a young guy. We haven't drafted a young guy since we've had Derek Carr outside of Connor Cook. You know what I mean? And that's a long time. So, just someone at the very least we can develop, at least be a backup at best if it doesn't work out, or if we need to put him in and see what he can do. Hey, who knows? Maybe he can be the face of the franchise moving forward. But that's my, I guess, ideal situation since we've moved on from Derek Carr, so it seems, at least for now.
No, I feel it on there. I'm not a big Brady fan either. I'm one of those channels that doesn't really talk about Brady a lot. just because I'm trying to get away from that. I get it. Brady did like a decent job in the Bucks. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, let me actually double check before I sound dumb. I don't want to sound dumb on air. I want to double check this. By the looks of it, mm, the Bucks, of course, made the wild card round with the record, and people get this twisted. They're like, Tom Brady made the playoffs. He made the playoffs with the record of 8-9. The guy didn't even hit 500. So oh, good. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Well, I was just going to say,
Oh, okay.
someone shared his passing stats this year. From what I understand, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Okay.
decent
Well,
enough.
I
Let me
mean,
actually,
if he does cross over to us, that's at least something to be at least hopeful about.
yeah,
Just one last thing. You asked me my ideal scenario. Like, I'm a
yeah.
Lamar Jackson kind of guy.
Okay.
I've said it a few times. He's a gamer. He's a baller, playmaker, shot caller. Shout out to Skip Bayless. That's how he used to describe Tim Tebow. Not saying that they're alike, but for me personally, that's what I see in him. That's why I would like. He probably not a scheme fit, and it's probably a pipe dream. But if I had a best case scenario, that would be my guy.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I feel you. No, I feel you. I feel you. And with Tom Brady, he did go 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions for the year. Of course, he also had 4,694 yards. I want to see what he could do against the Cowboys. He's playing the Cowboys. We all know the Cowboys always choke the first round. So we're gonna see how Tom Brady deals with that defense. That defense has been one of the reasons why they've been winning. I know a lot of people like to talk about their offense, but I think Cowboys have had an underrated defense for a very long time. As much as I hate them, they've
So
been
they're in
one
the
of the
playoffs.
best. Yeah, the Cowboys are in the playoffs, and
Okay.
the
I
Bucks are in
might
the
have
playoffs.
to maybe now I've got a little bit of an invested interest. I might have to watch. Otherwise,
Yep.
outside of that, I wouldn't care otherwise. But
I know, right?
if we're making moves for Brady, hey, I might have to keep
Gotta
eyes on,
watch.
see how he does.
I'm paying attention to a lot of people that are becoming free agents next year. Some people, as far as Jesse Bates goes for the safety position, the Bengals, Jordan Poyer from the Bills. There's a lot of things there. For me, and let me talk about this real quick, and let me give a shout out to everybody, man, and let me bring my person backstage. Give me a second. Dodgers, everything. Salute to you, Big Worm, up in the building. Was good. Shout out to All Eyes on G. Joel E. Raider Gabe is also up in the building. We the people. Salute to you guys, man. Blessings to you guys and your families. Michael Guerrero up in the building as well, man. Shout out to everybody that is in here. Robert Pena is also up in the building. Nightbot going crazy. Shout out to Raider Ben for kind of motivate. Well, not motivating, but I seen it and I was like, you know what? Might as well bring that to the channel. It'll help me a lot. But shout out to everybody, man. So here's the thing, and actually, let me bring up my person backstage, man. Are you good to go, person backstage? You ready? Yeah. Okay, for sure. You already know, man. I'm in SoCal. He's in Central. He likes to get dirty and low with his takes. You feel me? When it comes to the Raiders, and brings a different point of view and a good point of view to the nation and to the channel, man. Give it up for Dirty Low in the building.
What
What's
up,
good,
bro?
Low?
What up? What up? Alkashi, what's up, brother? How you guys doing, man? What's up to chat?
Oh,
How
man.
you guys doing? Everybody good?
Chilling, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Just had a 2-hour conversation with Gravy just about this. And
Hey, perfect timing, huh?
I have a knot right here, and it says Gravy. It's right here. So if you hear Gravy, it's right here, bro. Motherfucker got me up. I was ready to take a nap.
Hey, I'm
Nah,
feeling, man.
man.
Hey, that's been the talk of the town. Shout out to Charm City, man. So let me talk
What's
about
up, man?
something
Some
real
of
quick.
these dirty.
Pena, Carlos, Michael, fucking Roberto, Robert Pena, fucking all
So,
eyes. Everybody.
hey,
Nightbot.
before this point leaves my head, I'm gonna bring you up the person backstage right now. Just give you a second. Let me bring this out before I forget it. Let me talk about Will Levis real quick because that's been the talk of the town with the 7th pick in the draft. People have been saying Will Levis is gonna be the first quarterback off the board. Blah blah blah. Let me explain to you why I dislike Will Levis, and a lot of people may disagree. Some people would agree. When you look at the film, he's got the arm strength, right? That's no doubt about it. He's got the arm strength. The guy's mobile. The guy could run. But just because you're a running quarterback, you're a big body quarterback, and you could throw the deep ball, does not mean you're gonna be the next Josh Allen. You need more to your game than just those two factors. And a lot of people talk about that. And this is what I mean as well. His decision making is goddamn horrible. If you truly watch the film, one of his biggest cons, and a lot of people like to go based on media and based on all these analysts. Go ahead, you guys could even look it up yourselves. They say the same thing. One of his biggest things is his decision making. And that's one of the most important things for me as a quarterback. A lot of people like to complain that Carr has bad decision making. So why put your I guess you could say your seventh pick in a Will Levis that is a potential guy. Of course, people may say, hey, take a chance. You never know. Of course, you never know. But with the seventh pick, you really want to go a quarterback when you could easily get a top defensive prospect in the league that you could get. For me, Will Levis is a guy that I like to compare him to Josh Rosen, if I'm being honest.
Right.
Because and the only reason why is because a lot of people like to say Josh Allen, so I like to make fun of it and say no, it's not Josh Allen, it's Josh Rosen. But at the end of the day, his potential is Josh Allen. Not saying he can't get there. Of course, he needs coaching at the end of the day. But Will Levis, for me, is not a top three quarterback for me. If Hendon Hooker never got injured, I would have had him over him. Another person, Anthony Richardson from Florida. I like him better than Will Levis as well. So when you look at Will Levis, a lot of his passes are under 10-yard throws. He lets his receivers do everything. And when you really look at film, you'll realize that with Robinson on the team, a lot of people like to say SC, but he had a horrible O-line this year and less weapons. All his weapons left. Wando Robinson left. His O-line left. He's got similar numbers this year to last year. So there wasn't too much of a different jump. It's the same thing. So even with the good online stuff, he never improved. And I like to see people that improve. That's why I really like a cornerback named Christian Gonzalez from Oregon, because that guy had horrible. He's a cornerback. He had horrible aggressiveness that cost him a lot. In the second year, this upcoming year, which was this year, he ended up playing really good and improved in that. That's what I like to see from college players. And for Will Levis, to me, he's not my guy. But people
came
can
from
feel what they
Kentucky,
feel,
right?
right? Yes, Kentucky. But let me bring up somebody backstage before we continue with the topic, man. This guy, man, he's at the Ahern still with great internet. The king of brown crackers always brings it to the table and always likes popcorn because he sees the same movie over and over again over here with the nation, man. Brings another point of view as well. Matt Raider Twan in the building.
What up,
Cracking,
bro?
Twan.
The Twan,
What up?
Hey, what's good? What's good, man?
how you feeling, brother?
Hey, bro.
Look, I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here again with my brothers, and we talking football, so it's a good day.
Yes, sir.
I feel it. Avocado,
Awesome,
you had
man.
something to say. I seen you were about to say something. I didn't want.
I was just going to ask, since you're talking college quarterback. Look, I have watched next to nothing when it comes to college football, so my knowledge when it comes to that area is pretty much nothing at this time. Like, I start kind of maybe paying attention, like towards the draft, and just to see, like, all right, what does this guy bring to the table? With that said, there's a name that kind of pops up and it kind of resonates with me, and you'll see why in a minute. I've heard along the grapevine a guy named AR-15 out of Florida. What's the yeah, exactly. What's the go with him? What's your knowledge on this guy? Is he any good? He's a guy I've heard name pop up.
Yeah, Anthony, that boy. Oh, damn, it was in my head. I just said the name earlier too.
Who's the quarterback for Oregon again?
Anthony Richardson, and then Bo Nix. But Bo Nix went back to Oregon. He's going back for another year, so he ain't going into the draft. I thought he was, and I was like, damn, Bo Nix is perfect in the later rounds. Nope, he said I'm going back to Oregon, so he's playing college again for another year.
Smart for him.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Holly Tanner. What up, sis? Hope all is well. Charm City in the building. But I really do like Anthony Richardson, man, from Florida. That
Is
guy
he a first round guy?
Some people have him late first. People think that 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round. People talked about Hendon Hooker before he got injured, right? Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. I think personally, with Chicago having the first pick, I think either they trade back, or if they don't get a trade off, I think a defensive player goes in the first. I think Jalen Carter, Will Anderson goes first if Chicago stays at first.
You know what I
It would
think?
work well.
I think it's going to be a crazy take. You know what I'm saying? And this is my crazy take. Just based off of what I've seen in previous drafts, it's possible that there could be 5 quarterbacks that are pushed in the first round because there's going to be teams that are going to be desperate for a quarterback, and they're going to try to pull their guy. You know what I'm saying? As early as they could. So, of course, I really don't think this draft is really that deep in quarterback. In my opinion, I don't even think there really is like that clear cut, guy that comes out and says, yeah, that's going to be he's going to be a starter, kind of like Trevor Lawrence. I felt like when Trevor Lawrence came out, he was just really just that guy where I just believed that he was going to be, a starting quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And he is, you know what I'm saying? We see that with the team that he's with. But like with the draft, I could possibly see, even with the quarterback play not being as great, I could still see them drafting 5 quarterbacks in the first round.
No, yeah, definitely, and there is a lot of quarterbacks there that could be like I named some of them, of course. But there's a lot to talk about with the quarterback position, like I said, and I'll go back to the NFL in a bit. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the draft, of course. Of course, the Raiders are in the off season. The rest of the teams are in the playoffs. It sucks that we're not in it, but it is what it is. Shout out to Pyro in the building. Pizzo, what's good, man? Good to see you. Hope all is well. But Booker got helped by the rest. The only reason why they beat Alabama in 15 years. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Let me see if I'm missing anybody. Shout out to the Raider Room. Salute my guy SC Panel and chat. Salute to you as well. I hope all is well with you, man. Navy vet, salute to you too. Just listening while I get ready for work, man. Hey, have a good one at work, man. Blessings. I appreciate you for tuning in. Let me see if I'm skipping anybody. Just want to get to everybody before we continue. And wasn't we saying last year the draft of 2033 was supposed to deep? What went wrong? What went wrong is Hendon Hooker tore his ACL. What went wrong was that Bo Nix went back to Oregon. Those were certain scenarios that made this quarterback thin. This quarterback position thin in the draft. Like I said, this is why I don't do mock drafts right now. I keep telling people things are going to change. I know it's something fun to do, but things are going to change. I learned this the hard way last year. All I did was mock drafts. I was doing mock draft competitions. I was mock drafting my ass off. And at the end of the day, what happened? The first and second round pick went shaboom that way. So
I always wait till after free agency.
And a lot of people opted out of the draft. Eli Ricks, one of my favorite corners from Alabama, said, I'm going back to Bama. I was like, damn. So there's a lot of things going on, man. And Stroud, I like CJ Stroud a lot. But recently I not fell in love. I'm not going to say fell in love because it's going to sound wrong. I kind of fell in love with film on Bryce Young. I personally like Bryce Young now. Yes, he don't got the maybe the height could be a little bit. Some people like to say Kyler Murray. I like to call him Kyler Murray sometimes. But the guy has a lot of tangibles to be a really good quarterback. And I think personally he's the first quarterback off the board. But it is what it is. Twan, is there any, and Low as well, man, any veteran quarterbacks you guys would take, besides the Tom Brady's of the world and the Jimmy Garoppolos and the Stidhams?
Like, what? To be honest
what's
with you,
Patrick doing?
Go ahead, Twan.
Sorry.
Hey, look. I would love to say that there's going to be someone like that outside of the guys that we've kind of already talked about. But to be honest with you, if we're expecting for this offense to run, you know what I'm saying, and really run to its best abilities, it has to be someone that already knows this system. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, then we might as well, and as much as some people might hate me, and I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, if they don't bring anybody in that does not know this system and they're trying to make them the starting quarterback, we might as well keep DC. Because that's just where it's at. We have to have a quarterback that knows this offense. If you bring in someone that does not know this offense, they're going to be starting at square one. So that's just where it's at, unfortunately. And that's what we're running into with this McDaniels, you know what I'm saying, sticking to, his offense and how he wants, pretty much it's my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? He's already showing that. Is my way or the highway. And that's what we're running into. And that also, like I said, with that being said, it shortens our selection when it comes to the starting quarterback. Now, if we bring in a rookie, of course, he can sit for a couple of years, get to know the offense, and eventually probably be the starter. But if we're looking for that starter to keep DA satisfied and everybody else veteran-wise, it has to be someone that knows this offense.
Yeah.
Sad,
I agree with that. But I mean, Yeah, I agree with what you said, Twan.
I mean,
Well, I
because
mean,
again,
agree with you.
I've heard the rumblings that Aaron Rodgers wants to come here, and I would love to have Aaron Rodgers over Brady when it comes to quarterback play, because I feel like if with this offensive line, I know that what I'm saying, Aaron Rodgers every once in a while might get out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? But even with Aaron Rodgers, even as good as he is, throwing the ball, there's still a margin of error because he does not know this offense. You know what I'm saying?
Would
He would have to
would
start from square one when it comes to this offense.
would Devontae Adams' relationship with him maybe hinder that? I mean, from what I understand, their relationship has gone south, hasn't it? Is that am I
The
wrong?
Ask myself, yeah.
the well, my understanding of the relationship was really because of the money. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers took all that money and then it didn't allow DA to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was more of a financial situation, but I think that if he did come over here, I don't think that would be a problem, because again, it is it's a good quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And that was what DA was really looking, you know what I'm saying, after DC, you know what I'm saying, after we decide that, or not fully yet moving on from DC, you know what I'm saying, because he's still technically on the roster. You know, who's going to be the next quarterback? We know that DA does not want to sit under a rookie. So that's the issue. DA wants somebody that he knows can throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? And that knows what they're doing, and that's of course that's a
Yeah.
vet.
No, facts. And I see you guys were talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. in the chat. He of course got a concussion. One of the best receivers in college football, if not the best. He of course, there was a little rumblings. I mean, as you guys know, I'm a big USC fan. That Marvin Harrison Jr. might enter the transfer portal, and I think he is, and might go to USC. I ain't gonna lie, USC, if you're listening to me, please go bump up that defense. Please, for the love of God, just go bump up that defense before you do any of that. Also, on top of that, hey, Marvin Harrison Jr., come over here to Hollywood, man. We'll give you a little bit of money under the table. And come on, play for SC, get the Cardinal Red, and go. You already know what it is. But anyways, besides the point, back to the quarterback. I do know that Adams does have a little bit of a say in the next quarterback. That's what was promised to him. By the looks of it, he even said it himself. When you look at it, I think that's how the conversation went. We could context clues how conversations go behind the scenes. And what I seen is that Ziegler and McDaniels came up to Adams and said, Adams, we want you to stay. What do we have to do for you to stay? And I'm pretty sure he was like, I just want input in the next quarterback. Boom. You heard it out of his mouth. Hey, I do have a little bit of a say in the quarterback position. Blah, 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 blah. And I think that's how they convinced him, because I did feel like Adams was probably in the back of my head. Adams was probably out. And it was that way. But they convinced him and told him, hey, you got input. And, players always want to hear that. Players always want to hear that, hey, that I have a little bit of say in the organization. Hopefully they don't do him wrong. And hopefully he chooses right, which I know Adams will. It's just a matter of time of who is it going to be, what is expected. And this leads me to the next one here.
Yeah.
In the next question here, putting them to what direction is the Raiders heading? The right way or wrong way? That is the next question at hand there.
So I didn't get an answer about the whole Brady.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, but I can transition into this because I was just holding my breath because trying to figure out the best way to start this shit because it's gonna be a minute. No, I was playing. All right. Rodgers can't come because of financial reasons. It's just not going to work. The only way that we can actually trade for him is going to be after June 1st, to where they're going to actually lose about 15 compared to 58, which that is not going to happen. And we don't have the capital nor to do that anyways. And what's going to happen with Rodgers not coming, the only reason he will come would only make sense if Hackett were to come as a head coach, because like you said, the offense is not going to be worthy the most complicated offense in football history playbook. Rodgers won't be able to fucking grasp it. You know what I mean? So there's that. Drafting a quarterback. Or okay, let's say Garoppolo. Garoppolo is probably pretty much the only thing that will actually work. Also, if Roger were to come and they were to lose and not make playoffs and anything like that, even if they get a defense, whatever, whatnot, that's a scapegoat for McDaniels. That's one scapegoat. So there's that. Garoppolo comes, Garoppolo gets hurt all the time. There's another scapegoat. We'll make the playoffs, but whoever our backup, which is Stidham, which is on and off. And if he's sitting down, most time he's going to be on for one game and off. So most likely the game that he would actually start if Garoppolo was injured right before the playoffs would probably be a game that we really don't need. So there we go with that. So we're fucked there. Brady. Brady's the only. And then Jimmy Garoppolo being hurt, that will be another check box for McDaniels to say, oh, well, my number one starter got hurt, whatever, whatnot. Moving forward, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to be the only way that McDaniels' career will be actually solidified. And that's more of a vanity move than anything, because to me, I think Josh McDaniels is putting us in the fucking ground, bro. Like, regardless of whatever, if you're going to do all this shit, blow it up and do what you're supposed to do, bro, why wait until now? Because you know what's going to happen. Garoppolo's going to come. We're going to end up, or whoever's going to come, we're going to end up having a losing season. People don't want to go through the rebuild. So what's going to happen? We're going to accept that. No, we're going to get rid of them halfway through the fucking season and then going to have to rebuild again. And then we got rid of a quarterback that was actually a captain that he was playing like shit, right? Bottom line. So what happens, he takes that away, or whoever took it away, regardless if it was Mark Davis that took it away, because in fact, if Mark Davis did take Carr out of the way, that's another scapegoat for fucking McDaniels, because apparently when he was in Denver, he turned around and said, oh, well, they forced fucking Tim Tebow on me. No, what happened was he got rid of Cutler, got a pick, somebody moved up, got the quarterback that he wanted, and he got stuck with Tebow. It just fucked him. You know what I mean? Because they wanted him in anyways, so that just happened. So there's another scapegoat for him to actually show his shitty fucking coaching career as a head coach. Now, the only way it's going to work is if Brady comes, and Brady's numbers are pretty fucking cheap. I think he's going to make $40 million regardless of whatever. That's the only thing that's actually going to work. So, and then, and then if that doesn't work and Brady doesn't come, there's still the fucking fact that when they're 12-4 a season, him and fucking Brady were fucking going head to head with each other. I don't think they like each other. You know what I'm saying? Because, apparently he's getting all this fucking kudos from off of Tom Brady's work. You know what I mean? And it's fucking evident and it's showing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the professionals see that.
Yeah.
So I can go on, but I'm gonna stop right there.
No, that's all good. Auntie Six says sign Brady, sign Jarrett, draft the quarterback, done. Problem solved. He dead and gone. No more problems. I'm the problem solver. Shout out to All Eyes. You guys think McDaniels would really want Brady? Wouldn't he want to prove he could do it without Brady and Coach B?
Okay, let me answer that.
Yeah.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that. Okay. So if he's gonna bring his own quarterback in, which would possibly, if he brought like that's why I said Fitzpatrick. If you brought Fitzpatrick in, taught Fitzpatrick, you know what I'm saying? The most fucking the most elaborate offensive fucking playbook known to man. Why couldn't Derek Carr fucking execute it?
I really don't want Fitzpatrick.
You know what I mean? But Fitzpatrick could though, right? Or Daniel Jones, because he's such a good fucking coach, man. He's the best coach in the fucking league. He has it all. He has all the intangibles.
Oh, of course he is.
He knows how to win Super Bowls, bro. If you bring a fucking rookie quarterback, that's another fucking scapegoat for him, bro.
You sounded like me last week.
It's a scapegoat.
Hey,
but it's a scapegoat. It's the truth, my G.
I completely, I'm totally with you, dog. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking two things. I'm thinking two things. First thing I'm thinking is who's going to keep this team together? Because the glue that kept this team together, you just are pretty much letting him go. Okay. Second of all, you're talking about the most complex offense, right?
In the world, in the NFL has ever seen.
Everybody knows that this is the most complex offense. Now, look at our roster. What players do you really think have a very high IQ?
The guy that made Turf Toe.
Just think about it. What players do you think have a very high IQ on that roster?
Well, Jacobs was making it work.
Jacobs Adams. I'm trying to think. Max Crosby.
Well,
Max. I mean, that's
3 out of 22.
Maybe. No, I can't say.
Analytical minds.
Maybe no.
Okay, I'll add 2 more. I'll add 2 more because even though they really don't need IQ, I'll just add 2 more. Carlson and Cole.
Okay. You think
Harmon made it work
too,
despite the legs? Harmon was making it work.
No, Harmon was
Harmon. Harmon. Yeah, Harmon.
He played well for us. He's a Super Bowl fucking player.
Perriman too.
Super Bowl champ.
But in Harmon's defense, he's been in that defense for how long?
Not that long. It was a remnants of a defense that he fucking ran. Remnants
familiar, yeah. He got the green dot like mid-season.
That was Patricia's defense.
Yeah.
I agree with that comment with the people.
That's what I thought of when Lo was talking about the most complex. I'm like, which players really actually have IQ?
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's in here. Raider Chaos, Queen was good. Hope all is well with everybody, man. Shout out to everybody.
Like this. Hey, here.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, brother. Go.
No, I was gonna say shout out to Snoops as well, man. Shout out to everybody that's up in here. Shout out to everybody. Joseph Lorenzo was good. Good to see you as well. Go ahead, Lo.
Oh, so I was telling Gravy like this. I told him like this. I was like, look, if McDaniels was gonna come, so think about it like this. Mark Davis, for the longest time, has not wanted Carr, apparently, right? It's just been evident or whatever, whatnot. Yeah, regardless of the millions and millions of dollars or whatever he's giving them, right? So if you figure like that, right? So they want to trade Carr to New England. Didn't happen, whatever. So he comes over here, and if Mark Davis didn't want Derek Carr, right? He had Mariota. He was bringing Stidham. No, I'm being dead serious. No.
I have to laugh at the Mariota
follow me. Check this out. Just run with me, right? Just run with me. Check this out. Okay. Now, God willing, I don't want none of this shit to happen, but I mean, most of it's happened. I mean, I want us to win the Super Bowl no matter what, and I'm always gonna be a Raider fan. But this is just what's gonna unfold. This is what I see because it's fucking evident. It's rinse and repeat. So, anyways, if he would have came and said like, you know what, we're gonna move on from Carr, we're gonna get Devontae Adams, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna put Mariota here, we got Stidham, we're gonna do this, we're gonna clear the defense, and we're gonna do this, blah 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 blah. That is, Gravy was telling me there you have to explain those moves. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. You're a new regime. You want your new shit. Why are you gonna sit here and play with people's money? Why are you going to sit back and be like, oh, well, it's just not working? But then the fucking owner didn't want him. So why even start that? So now what's going to happen is now we're in this fucking rebuild fed when it was a fucking retooling when all you had to do was get defensive players. That's it. Mm-hmm. And you dropped the fucking ball on that, right? All right, cool, whatever. All right, so moving forward. So now say we get Brady or whatever the fuck, however it fucking goes, bro, like regardless of whatever, he's gonna blow this fucking team up. He's blowing it up. If I would have had more respect for the motherfucker, if he would have came and said, we're getting rid of everybody, we're doing this and this is what we're doing, so in 2 years we should be in the Super Bowl. Cool, let's fucking do it. Carr, peace out. Enjoy your time. You did 8 years, man. Go get your house somewhere else, bro. Don't give him no fucking money. Do this shit. Now he's doing sneaky ass snake shit, bro. This is pussy shit, bro. This is not fucking what men do. This is motherfucker. Man, a man tells you, hey, you're done. That's it. It's a wrap. We're going this way. Oh, well, I don't know. And get the fuck out of here, bro. He's not doing what a fucking head coach should do. He's not doing respectable shit that a fucking men leaders that go out there and give their body up want to fucking look at, bro. He looks like a fucking cop that'll snitch on you, bro. That'll probably be at the strip club doing some fucking cocaine and go fucking pull you over and probably steal your shit, bro. That's what he looks like. You see his fucking haircut, bro? He has a fucking cop haircut, bro.
Hey, that boy McDaniels hurt low, bro. That boy McDaniels.
Nah, it's not that, bro. It's just he didn't hurt me, bro. It's just he's fucking an idiot.
Hey,
he's an offensive coordinator, bro. He's an offensive coordinator. Look,
he needs some
I'm
all
an
black
asshole.
shoes.
I'm not a douchebag. I'm an asshole. I'm good with that space of being an asshole. Fuck.
Hey,
No.
dark atheist, you
Okay, I'm
said
done. I'm done. I'm sorry.
hey, dark atheist, you said Abram has a high IQ. I agree with you. His IQ was so high that he knew it was time to get out, and he went to a team that went to the playoffs.
Bro, the Seahawks are in the playoffs and they started, bro.
Abram,
Like,
Abram,
bro.
Abram left us and went to the playoffs.
Hankins is in the playoffs.
He got a high
Hankins is in the
IQ.
Yeah, but
playoffs.
didn't Abram go to Green Bay first?
Yeah,
Oh,
he fucked up in
he's the
Green Bay.
playoffs.
He
He's
fucked
the
up in
fucking
Green Bay.
playoffs.
Then he went to the Seahawks and they utilized him the way they utilized Jamal Adams. And now he's in the playoffs. Now here's the thing. Here's the hi.
Sorry,
How
it's
you
like,
do?
want to say hello?
Hi. So here's the thing with that whole thing, to piggyback on what Lo said, man. I think, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. A lot of the nation likes to, how do I say this? And I'm not saying anybody in the chat, because I know most of my chat personally, I haven't seen it that much in my chat that you guys, your opinions are valid, stuff like that, and stuff like, all those things, everything's good. But I see it a lot of places somewhere else. A lot of people like to look at the content creator, and I always tell practically every single live, I tell people, do not go with what I say. I don't want people to follow me. I don't want none of that. At the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. But I see a lot of other people kind of base their opinion on a content creator or on somebody that isn't a reporter on Twitter, stuff like that. And I think that's not how it should be. And piggybacking on what Bo said with this whole disgusting fiasco we had this year, I see people bashing the guy with the poster and why he got kicked out. And I wanted to touch up upon this because it kind of makes me mad that we turned it into a car thing again. And we always, a lot of people, and the main ones that say move on are the main people that wanted Carr out. So it just doesn't make sense to me that they're out here talking a lot about Carr and twisting every single thing about Carr. And I always wanted to stop this, but it always comes back and it's always going to be there. And that's just what I have to understand. And this is the thing, bro. Bench McDaniels, that post that said bench McDaniels and we deserve better, bro. If you turn that into a card thing, bro, you're crazy. Because at the end of the day, we do deserve better, bro. And I get it. We're in Vegas. It's more of a professional thing, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, those people bought those seats. Those seats are not cheap, bro, where they were sitting. They deserve to be there. They went there when we had a backup quarterback starting and we were going against the Chiefs and we weren't playing for practically nothing, just there to play and hopefully ruin their first seat. And I just hate that we always go back to the quarterback, even when people are just trying to express their opinions. Now, let me tell you something about those opinions. A lot of people like to say it's McDaniel's first year. Okay, let me contradict that real quick. He's been a head coach before. Fuck that up. The difference between him and Denver and him and the Raiders, he was supposed to come to the Raiders, use a playoff team, and utilize that playoff team, add talent, and do better. Last year, I mean, with the Broncos, it was a practical rebuild, and he had to start from scratch, fucked over some things, and some of it wasn't his fault, so it was understandable. Now, he comes to the Raiders, tells us all these things we would like to hear in the offseason. These players are buying in. These players are teaching each other. These players are being leaders. People are stepping up. The rookies are stepping up, yada, yada, yada. This, that, and a third, and we grab it. And then we're talking about predictions of 12-5 and 11-6 and 10-7 and playoffs and a playoff win and all these expectations because this is what was fed to us. And all the people they brought in, Jayon Brown, Deron Harmon, I could keep going. Rock Yassin, Anthony Averett, Chandler Jones, Billings. I mean, I could continue going. You brought in Dylan Parham as a rookie. You brought in Thayer Munford, right? You brought in Illuminor for another year. You brought in Devontae Adams. You brought in Amir Abdullah, Brandon Bolden, Zamir White, Brendan Brown, and I could continue going, and most of them are starters. And people are still sitting here being like they don't got their guys. These are all guys they brought into the system. It just didn't work out. And because it didn't work out, we're blaming the players instead of the coaches when they're the ones that brought these guys in to fit their system. And if you remember in the offseason, and I always like to bring up the Abram situation, Abram got done wrong, in my opinion. I do think he had a lot of coverage, bad, horrible coverage things at the end of the day. But in the offseason, Patrick Graham was praising the shit out of him. Oh, Abram this and Abram's being a leader and Abram's looking better and we're putting him in a position to win and a position of his strength and yada 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 and yada yada yada. And then in the midseason you take him out and you're like, oh, sadly he didn't fit the system and he wasn't what I was looking for and all this bullshit. These coaching staffs are literally lying to every single face, man, and people are still blaming the players. I get it. The players are coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, Josh McDaniels isn't the problem. He's the best thing." Would you diss your boss publicly? I would
Hell
not.
yeah.
I would not say, "Fuck no, I wouldn't." I'm not trying to get
I
fired.
would.
Well, it depends if you want to get fired or not. If I don't want to get fired and I want to play football and I want to keep playing for my contract, I'm best believe I ain't gonna be like, "Fuck my boss, fuck him." You know he's shit. I don't like his thing. I'm gonna get fired the next day. People ain't gonna
So
do
check
that,
this
bro.
out.
Go ahead.
So okay, all right. Look, somebody said that Josh McDaniels hurt me. I think it was Queen. I did. Got fired. Motherfuckers, I'm telling you, bro. Josh McDaniels, he hurt me right here. He hurt me in the Raider. That's where he hurt me at, bro. No, I'm talking shit. No, nah, bro. Like, look, this guy, he's the offensive coordinator. He's the offensive coordinator. You know who's a coach? Sean Payton. Because you know what? When Sean Payton's sitting there, his offensive coordinator's right next to him, and he's sitting there just watching what's going on. He's sitting there, boy, whatever, not. He wants to be offensive coordinator, bro. He's not it, bro. He's not the guy, bro. Look, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not trying to. The guy worked his ass off. He's done 20 years in the NFL, bro. Check it out, bro. Retire. You're good. Go coach high school. Go kick it. For real. Do what your dad did, bro. Go back, go to high school, go coach your kids, give them the starting fucking position like your dad did. You know what I mean? And he'll just be mediocre too, bro. But at least he'll be in the NFL for probably the Jags or somebody. But I don't know, bro. But like, I feel like I'm talking way too much shit on the guy, bro. Bottom line is that like he is not going to be efficient with anybody, bro. The only person that's going to make him look good is going to be Tom Brady. And everybody's just got to realize that, bro. There's not going to be no miracle. He had everything he fucking needed, bro. And if he brings Tom Brady, it's going to be officially the Las Vegas Patriots. That's all it is.
Oh, hell no.
Mark Davis, bro, is so stupid. You're talking about that, right? Fire McDaniels. Then he's complaining that nobody's there. Well, bro, we can't do what the fuck we're doing. Yeah, pretty much. And guess what? We're all cuckolds because we're all watching.
You know what? And I'm sitting here just, I'm taking in everything, trying to, see what runs in my head. And you know what the similarity between those two people in that picture is? Pull up the picture again.
Yeah. Raider cast reminds me of how Patriots fans.
They're both coaches' sons.
Thank you. Oh my God, I was talking this shit to Gravy, bro. Both these motherfuckers.
They both were coaches' sons.
Bro, exactly. Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick. Josh McDaniels actually has a son, right? I mean, his dad.
His
is
dad.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm not talking about Belichick. I'm talking about McDaniels Sr., whoever Josh McDaniels' dad is. Josh McDaniels' dad was a coach.
So this is what happens when the trophy awards been given.
So when Mark Davis is making these decisions, he's also getting pulled on his heartstrings because he's like, he's just like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a coach's son. You know what I'm saying? His dad was a coach.
All I said, lost Denver Patriots, baby. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God, I need that, bro. I'm gonna do a song.
Let me clear things up because I see a lot of people going crazy in the chat, man. I know a lot of people that don't really blame the coaching staff is expressing their feelings right now. Let me bring it up real quick. Let me I guess clear the air. Why I'm being harsh on the coaching staff is because nobody else is, bro. Everybody always is the players, and every single live I go, it's always the quarterback, and never blame the coaching staff and give them a free pass. Nobody on this team deserves a free pass. And I've been bashing players, I've been bashing the coaching staff, even the owner I've been bashing. And just because I don't talk about it a certain live or I don't talk about it for a straight 5 hours doesn't mean I'm not talking about it, man. And that's where people get it twisted. Just because I'm talking about it in the moment isn't because I'm not talking about it somewhere else. Yes, of course, Casper. I 100% agree with you. That's what they said with Bill B. And after he failed in Cleveland, bro. But let's be honest. After he failed in Cleveland, where did he go? To New England. And what did he do in New England? Right? McDaniels failed in the Broncos. He already failed before. He didn't.
Oh,
This is
the
not his
Rams
first time
too.
failing.
The Rams too.
Go ahead, Avakazi, because I know you've been sitting there patiently.
That's all right. I've been like Twan, just trying to take everything. I mean, we're talking about coaches. Another coach that I've been critical of, Patrick Graham, Mr. Messiah, savior of this defense, which a lot of people were saying.
They were. You know what I mean? They were.
I wasn't sold about him, just like I wasn't sold about McDaniel. I was hopeful with Graham. I mean, the signs were positive with the Giants, but he's a guy I've been heavily critical of, being that the expectation was he was supposed to be this guy who was supposed to turn this defense around and be all this and all that. Well, he didn't show me nothing this year, other than, from what I understand, as an overall collective unit, the defense have only moved up one spot from where we were last year. Now, my thing is this, is that we got rid of Gus Bradley last year after he had one season with us. So why does Patrick Graham get a pass? We gave Gus Bradley. Why didn't Gus Bradley get that same concession? You know what I mean?
Eric, I'm gonna give you some.
Mr. Homework. Holy Moses cover friggin' Red Sea defense. Shout out to Desert for giving me that one. Not impressed.
I'm gonna give you some homework.
For sure.
I want you to pull up, and this is not gonna be today, but you're going to do this for another show. This is a show idea. I'm gonna need you to pull up the press conferences.
Okay.
Of the coaches, of what they said in the beginning of the season,
and then the end.
And let's see, or you can even talk about we can even bring up what they talked about at the end of the season. But let's talk about what they actually said they were going to do versus actually what they actually did.
Yep.
Hey,
that's good.
Because I'll tell you right now what my brother Afakasi just said about Patrick Graham and the defense. There were some things that he said when it came to personnel that we shouldn't even had a problem with this defense. If he was going to do what he said, if he was okay with what he said when he first came in.
That's a fact. And I will. That gives me a good live idea. Thank you for that. Shout out to Twan. There we go. Perfect live there. But shout out to the Raider Room. And Raider Room, I don't want anybody else to think, I know I'm not saying you specifically, but anybody else to think that I just don't have that faith in the coaching staff. Because at the end of the day, if I don't have faith in the coaching staff, I don't have faith in the Raiders, and I want the Raiders to lose. That's practically how I see it. For me, I do have faith enough to continue moving forward, and hopefully they do it right. And hopefully it's just a 1-year thing, and we fucked up, now on to next year, and with all this off season, and hopefully they make the right moves, and I want them to succeed because I'm not trying to go through another year of shit again because I'm tired of losing, man. And I don't know, people think that we only been losing these 9 years. No, we've been losing even before that, man. And it sucks. It hurts for me. I mean, not discrediting everybody, but bro, we haven't won a bowl in over 30 years, and we haven't won a goddamn playoff game in over 20. And for me, it's kind of like that's my whole lifetime. I'm freaking mad as shit that it's even like that. But the Raider Room just gotta have faith. If they fuck it up, all these draft picks and cap space along with cornerstone pieces on the team, then I'd be mad. They made a perfect situation going into the offseason. They are. On paper, it's a perfect situation. Now it's time to execute it. And I always say it's better on paper than it is on field, and it is on thing. Go ahead, Lo. Go ahead.
But bro, look, bro, bring it back up, please. Look. All right, let me just reiterate, bro. Like, I'm okay. Carr's gone. I'm over it, right? I'm all done with it. I just don't like it down. But what he had just said, right? Where was it at? I'm sorry. What the fuck did he say? Where'd it go? Oh, you got to have faith, right? In the perfect offseason, right? But see, didn't we have Derek Carr, Waller, Adams, and then we have the perfect offense on paper offseason? So now we have the perfect everything offseason going into the offseason, bro, and we had a shit fucking. It's rinse and repeat, bro. This guy's he's showing us a fucking losing culture, bro, because He should have came in and just got rid of Carr off top. Bro, why wait? He's fucking with us, bro. Why can't anybody see that? Like, I mean, bro, gosh, am I like crazy? Am I the only one that's crazy? Like, for real, like, bro, you gotta understand. If we're gonna fuck up these draft picks, when we are,
it's just
it's just gonna happen,
I mean,
bro.
we're used to from like these whole 20 years of always saying that it's only their first year. We say that with every coach. It's only their first year, and then they fuck it up the next year. And I'm not saying that's gonna happen with McDaniels because McDaniels to me is a different type of coach than the ones before, right? For in my opinion, right? You had the Art Shells of the world that hasn't even been in the league in a while, and then came back and 1 year came over here to the Raiders. You had people like Jack Del Rio that didn't have the best of resumes before joining the Raiders with Jacksonville and especially in Idaho. And then other like the Lane Kiffins of the world and all those different coaches that we went through and and that's the problem with us. We like to look at certain things and I look at all the things. For me, I really do feel like I have faith for them to complete this off season because there's no way you fuck up this off season, man. Like there is a way, but I'm saying there's no way in my mind that they fuck it up, man. And I hope they don't. And I am believing in them. And I believe in Ziegler more than I do in McDaniels, and that's why it's carrying me a little bit. Like it's carrying me because Ziegler has done a good job, in my opinion. I think he brought in the right pieces. I think he brought in talent, and I just think the coaching staff couldn't work with it because they just.
Just real quick, Lo, before you shoot, just in
go
regards to what you were saying about the coaches. I mean, I heard you mention Del Rio. I mean, at least with Del Rio, we were trending upwards up until that Redskins where it seemed apparently that we'd lost the locker room and it just went south from there. And then Mark Davis was infatuated with the idea of bringing Gruden back, and he brought him back. It is what it is, and it turned out to be how it turned out. So, just in regards to Del Rio, at least with him, it was trending upwards for a while, for the most part, up until that game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say not even just including McDaniels, right? So now let me see. Okay, when we go on stats and whatever, I go on facts, right? I try to, and I don't know the stats. I don't know the exact number and the percentage and what the fucking win percentage was or the humidity. I don't know, bro. Like I just kind of go off of what I see. Now check this shit out. So talking about Graham, right? Graham had Big Cat. Who else did he have? He as linebackers that were good. He had a fucking all-star fucking defense, right?
Are you talking about the Giants?
Ranked 20, yeah, the Giants before he came over. Yeah, Big Cat. He had a couple other people. The other guy.
He had a little bit of injuries.
Right. But still, though, yet at the same time, their offense couldn't score shit, but his defense was great. Well, apparently great, right?
No. Dude, is their defense still doing well, even without him?
They're better without him.
They're in the playoffs.
Exactly.
They're in the playoffs.
Exactly, my fucking. That's what I'm trying to get to.
There you go.
So this is what I'm saying. So losers bring fucking losers, bro. I'm not saying Graham's not a loser, bro, but I hate saying it like that. But it's like fuck. It just like it.
Oh come on now, Dirty. He's supposed to be the Messiah. It's all the players.
Shout out to Gravy. It was good, Gravy. Shout out to Castro. It's because they have Wink Martindale. I love Martindale, bro.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I like Martindale. Coaching, and this is what people don't get. Coaching matters as much as the players like to feed a lot of stuff. Coaching does matter. And like I said, if you look at my previous lives, I analyze and critique literally the players. So it's not like I'm only doing a narrative of just the coaching staff. I've blamed everybody from top to bottom.
Of course.
And at this point, man, I'm going from bottom to top because a lot of people wanted me to go right off the bat on the players, man. And we could blame all the players we want. And of course, they're solving the problem with the players. And that's why I don't talk about it too much now. Because at the end of the day, they benched the quarterback. They're getting rid of the quarterback, right? That a lot of people tend to think is the problem. And there you go. He's gone. That's it. Hey, move on. And people still haven't moved on. And it's especially the other side, but I'm not even going to get into that. Then, of course, I talked about the defense. A lot of players lacked a lot of things. And a lot of players that I thought could have fit the system and that they brought would have been perfect. And I guess they couldn't work out with them. So it is what it is. They're gone. Averett's gone, right? Diablo, I want gone because Diablo's absolute garbage. I don't know what people see in him.
He's terrible in coverage. He's horrible.
Facts. And who else? Chandler Jones is something that we need to look at. Chandler Jones is one of those guys that I think needs a restructure, and a lot of people aren't talking about it. We need to restructure the fuck out of Chandler Jones, in my opinion. Besides that, bring in D tackles. There's a lot of free agent good D tackles. Deron Payne is number 1 on my board, and I talked about this weeks ago. I've never done a just strictly free agent video yet, but I have talked about free agency before. Deron Payne is one of my first, I guess, choices. Besides that, you also have to look at this overall team as a whole that a lot of people, like Jacob said, is going to be gone, and they're going to solve the problem, and we'll see who the problem was. And I want them to succeed next year. So I'm believing in this regime as much as I didn't have faith when they first came, but I have to have faith in order. If they succeed, we succeed. So that's what I care about. For me, I wish nothing but the best for Carr. I know a lot of people hate him right now because of his family, but for me, once a Raider, always a Raider applies to him. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, then it is what it is. On top of that,
wait, hold on. What wouldn't make Carr a Raider?
A lot of people like to pinpoint his family.
Please, if anybody that don't think Carr is a Raider, please hit me up on IG.
I know. What was that, Twan? What did you say about
what wouldn't make Carr a Raider? Like,
stability. It didn't work out in the end, but I don't agree. I don't understand okay, we moved on from him. Fair enough. Okay, it didn't work out. We needed him to be great this season. He wasn't. But before that, to give us 9 years of stability, when we were just talking about before, we had a carousel of quarterbacks ever since Gannon, where quarterbacks have been coming and going, and it just hasn't worked out. Bro. At least he gave us something, at least for some of the time. You know what I mean? And so, okay, it didn't work out. We got rid of him, but I just don't understand all the disrespect pointed in his direction. he hasn't come out and said anything wrong about the organization. His brother came out and said some things, but that's not him. That's his brother defending him. So, I personally don't understand. Go ahead, Sergio.
I got a fun fact. The last year that Tom Brady and is high fact, right? I'm just high and just can't write. Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady, the last time they played was in 2019. They went 12-4. Tom Brady had his lowest passing yards, whatever, whatnot. You know what their defense was? Number 1. And they lost in the AFC Championship against the fucking Tennessee Titans. All right. Just another fucking fun fact about, our fearless leader. Denver Broncos, when we came, he had Jay Cutler, right? Obviously, all this shit didn't work out. The trade and whatever, whatnot. But you know what? Oh, because, Tim Tebow. The only reason they had a winning record was because their defense was number 5. He came into a defense that's already built. He bitched about that he came in. They just dropped him as the head coach, and he had none of his staff. But his staff, he basically had a great defense. You know who fell into something like that? Gruden. Guess what Gruden did? Won a Super Bowl. Because he fell into somebody else's team that had a great defense and a shit offense, and he just put a little bit of thing to it. But apparently, whatever. Not. I'm just fun facts.
Dirty. Just a little bit on that. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. Just 1 minute. You're talking about how he had a winning record in Denver. From what I remember, yes, it was McDaniels who drafted Tebow, but Tebow didn't come in as a starter until McDaniels was fired, and that's when they started to win games. If I remember correctly, that's how it went.
No.
You sure about that? I'm pretty sure it was Tebow came into it once they released McDaniels, and then they started rolling with Tebow and made it to the playoffs. I'm pretty sure that's.
But yet at the same time, no, because Tebow actually to the date has the worst record and the worst QBR ever completing record as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, that the Broncos didn't start winning until McDaniels was gone from there, and then that's when they brought Tebow into play, and then they started to succeed. I'm not saying it was all on Tebow, but just
not sure. I can't.
That's how it went.
If that's the case, then cool.
Yeah.
But regardless, I digress.
Whatever. Yeah.
I digress. Whoever is the quarterback, he still had the number 5 defense because he had the best offense, the most complicated offense, the best offense. Oh, then wait a minute, he didn't win any Super Bowls, right? Or did he win a couple Super Bowls and then he left and then he came back because he thought it was king shit, thought he was ready for it, and then he came back and then didn't win anything until later. Yeah, okay. And then he got better, right? But okay, just saying.
Yeah, let me give a shout out to this $5 super chat, Ron. I appreciate you, brother. I'll just wait and see. In 2021, the ball bounced our way in several games, and we squeezed in the playoffs. This year, the ball bounced the other way. That's a fact, brother. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat, bro. I appreciate you. You're speaking facts with that, man. And shout out to Willie Wayne in the building, Raider Chaos up in the building, everybody up in the building. And yes, Jay Cutler did get benched for Tebow. I think that's how it went.
I just did a Google search. It was me. Sorry to cut you off. I just did a Google search. It was they were losing, and then McDaniels got fired by the Broncos. They were 3-9, and then he got fired, and that's when they went on their run with Tebow.
And that's why I don't do back lives about McDaniels, because at the end of the day, Mark Davis came out and said that Josh McDaniels is staying. So regardless of how I feel, and whoever feels a certain way, he is staying. Same way with the players. As much as a lot of people like certain players, they are gone, and they're gonna be gone. For me, it's just something that I did not expect. I know a lot of people say we got lucky last year, but at the end of the day, we won them games, man. At the end of the day, people talk about, what matters is the W and L. Then why doesn't it matter last year when we took those 3 straight W's and made it to the playoffs? Why out of a sudden it doesn't apply to that? You gotta apply to everything. You feel me? Go ahead, Lo.
I have an answer to that too, because everything. I have an answer to that. So remember when we got blown out? Like, what was it, 9-49 or something like that by the fucking
You talking about the bum ass Falcons?
No, by the Chiefs.
Oh, the bum ass.
Was that last year?
Yeah, last year, right?
Last
when
year
we lost Gruden, right?
Yeah,
we lost Gruden, and we were doing pretty good with him. Ruggs was doing good, and all this shit happened, and then we had, Bisaccia, and then we got fucking smoked.
Yeah.
So what did Bisaccia do? Bisaccia did what most coaches do when they're given the head coaching position. He didn't start calling plays.
Circus.
he didn't start calling plays, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't start calling plays. So he started being a coach. So guess what he did? He gave the reins to fucking Derek Carr. Like, look, man, this ain't working. They just fucking embarrass us, man. You guys get together, do what the fuck you guys got to do. With a 30 fucking first ranked defense, we won 4 games in a row. With a hurt fucking running back, no fucking tight end, and Derek Carr at a quarterback. You know what I mean? Everybody fucking pitched in. No number 1. I don't even know who. Deshaun Jackson?
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
Number 1.
All right. Oh, I forgot Zay Jones. Speaking of Zay Jones, he's in the playoffs too. Shout out to Jacksonville. Speaking of Jacksonville, shout out to ECG. What's good, ECG? Congrats, bro. Your Jacksonville Jaguars blew my.
Is that 5 X Raiders in the playoffs right now?
There's name a player that's left that's not in the playoffs.
But just to your point, Dirty Low. I mean, we had far less talent with that roster when Bisaccia took over. Yet we were still able to make things happen. We still made.
He's a fucking coach. And Josh McDaniels is a offensive coordinator.
Dougie P. Dougie P. But anyways, we could go on and on about the coaching, and I want to kind of move on. You feel me? We could go on and on. Of course, I'm gonna do more lives in the offseason to talk about it. So now here comes the next topic: the players. See, guys, for everybody that had a problem with me going at the coaching. This was a question too. I just have to get to it when I get to it, guys. Just relax. Everybody just calm down. Everybody just relax. He said, I'm still not impressed. I know he doesn't like Trevor Lawrence. He's a Jacksonville Jaguar, which people were a lot of the Raider Nation was blowing up. Oh, they got a quarterback too. Trevor Lawrence ain't doing that good, bro. If you really look at it, bro. But people, they just go based on, look at the narrative, whatever. I don't care. He said we're about to get the ass kicked. It's all good, man. Hey, I'm rooting for Jacksonville, bro, because they playing, I believe, the Chargers, right? Yeah, fuck the Chargers. Come on, Jacksonville. Anyways, what players are gone and what players are staying? For me, I'll go last. Anybody got like some names off the top of their head you think are gone?
Surprising or?
We'll first go with obvious. And then surprising at the end. So what do you think? Gone. Obvious.
That
yeah,
seems
Carr's
to be
obvious. Carr's an obvious.
Almost obvious. Look,
Jayon Brown. Jayon Brown.
Jayon Brown. Yeah, I mean, he's gone. Like Chandler Jones, can we restructure or release and save some of that
You
cap
could
money and put it
restructure.
to other places? I mean,
Yeah.
look, yeah, yes, he was coming on towards the end of the season, but is that enough to warrant the price tag we paid him, especially 12 seasons deep into his career? No, that was a terrible contract, in my personal opinion. I mean, we could use a lot of that money and try and shore up a lot of these holes that we have. I'm sure, like, somehow, like, that's the name that sticks out to me. But Jayon Brown, yes, he's got to be gone. Averett's got to be gone. Perriman's probably out the door too. As much as I like Perriman, I don't see him coming back. But
Anthony
hopefully,
Avery, he said, yeah,
he always did his best, and for his deficiencies, I thought he always did a great job in that linebacker core and give us some stability there. So that's some names just throwing it out there.
He said Luminar needs to go back to London.
Yeah, Luminar. Again, right tackle was going to be an issue yet again.
But shout out to Queen for dropping everybody's link on the panel, man. These are all the YouTube channels that are on your screen right now. Everybody got a YouTube channel. Shout out to Queen for dropping the links right now. And shout out to Terrence and all my moderators out there, man, that be dropping links, man. I appreciate you guys. And a new thing to the channel, like I said, man, you see this in just another channel in Raider Ben's channel, but I brought it to my channel because it kind of helps me a lot and it makes things easier. Nightbot is on the channel now, so that guy's on the channel. But there's a big difference between the Nightbot I set up and the Nightbot over there. It doesn't really delete comments for me. I disabled all that shit. I'll personally ban people if I have to. If you put exclamation mark membership, it will pop up the membership link. For the people that were members, the money got refunded to you. I already had somebody say that it did get refunded because I deleted 2 levels and I made a new level, and I deleted all 3 levels and I made a new level that is $1 cheaper than the cheapest one before, and it's the only level because I wanted to make sure that it's even more affordable. And I'm not, besides that, as you see, like ECG did it, there's the membership thing. And also, if it doesn't work, if you look at next to the subscribe button and you click join, there's only 1 level, of course. If you guys can't support, if you don't want to, it's okay, man. Just your presence here means a lot to me. Like I said, when I said this about 2022, man, you guys gave me a platform to express my opinions and stuff like that. And this is my dream. People don't know this too much. And for the people that are new, and I see some new names in the chat earlier, I'm a person that is actually trying to do this for a career. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for that. It's for my future. If you guys didn't know, I go to college for communications and journalism and all that stuff, man, and all those things to do with reporting. So that is my lifelong dream. So, of course, doing this podcast helps a lot. And there you go. He says I'm back. Shout out to ECG for becoming a new member, man. He's an Orale.
Go get it, Eric. Go get it.
Yep. So it's moving good. It's going good. So shout out to everybody, man. The Discord link doesn't work. I'll fix it, Terrence, for sure.
Hey, I'll say this, man. You are a million times better than Eddie Pascal. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, brother.
Just to finish off what we were talking about with players coming and going, I'll make it quick. Cole and Bolden, definitely names that are on my radar as well, of guys who probably won't be back. I'm still not sold on Hollins being the number 2 guy. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But I see a lot of people were talking about Bars. Now, he played terrible coming off of injury. However, before he went on injury, he was actually doing pretty well for himself. So there is that. Like, I wouldn't be too mad if we brought him back, if he comes back healthy. But like, there's a little bit of leeway when it comes to Bars, being that the expectation was low. He did a good job when he was healthy, when he came in at the guard position. He went away injured. We had to rush him back because, like, we pretty much had nobody at that guard position. We were ready to plug in guys we'd signed off the street. So he gets a little bit of pass from me because of that. So Bars, yes, he was terrible, but just take that into consideration. Anyways.
I feel it. Shout out to Holly. Yeah, that's a fact. I still need my moderators. The Nightbot just says what I showed earlier. It just gives the exclamation mark membership and exclamation mark Discord. And then at the end of the day, it just does this every 20 minutes to just remind everybody, instead of me saying every 10 minutes, oh, hit the like button. The Nightbot does it for me for you guys in the chat, man. So that's the only reason why I brought it. But shout out to Julio Cooler. He says F Parker. God damn.
Right.
But let's go with surprising. Oh, go ahead, Twan. Go ahead, Twan.
Sad to say, but my favorite girl, she gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Keisha gotta go.
Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole gotta go.
Never knew.
Bye.
I know, right? Speaking of receivers, here, let's go on to surprising.
Oh shit, that's
Mac Holland, gone. That's my surprising. Matt
I'm
Collins
not
gone.
sold on him as being the number 2 guy. I mean, he did
Matt
okay,
Collins
but I don't know. Can we do better at number 2? I think we could.
Yeah,
I
Matt Collins
think
gone.
I like you said at number 2. I think he needs to downgrade. I think
Yeah.
he needs to. I think he needs to be the special teams war daddy. You know what I'm saying? just let him
And
be.
amuse.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like he needs to just, you know, because his special teams play is on. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. Like having Hollins on the roster, I wouldn't be mad at, but like just as a number 2 guy,
Yeah.
Surely we can do better.
I think Bolden's going to get an extension.
Hell no.
No, not Bolden. I'd rather keep Abdullah.
He only ran fast one game.
I'm talking shit.
The entire season.
Talking shit.
And I put it out there. And I forgot what game that was. I think it was the first game Stidham came in. I think it was the Niner game.
Yep.
Yeah.
First time it looked like he had some kind of battery pack in his legs. Like,
Hey,
just while we're talking running backs, Zamir White.
Oh.
Are we sold on him moving forward to be that spellback?
I'll keep him. I would release Britton Brown before I do anything with Zamir White, in my opinion.
I wish we'd have seen Britton Brown in that last game.
I know they didn't do it too much.
We didn't see him at all this season. Did he even play a snap?
Running back by committee, which I gotta give the benefit of the doubt.
Sure.
Josh Jacobs did deserve a lot of the carries. He did win. Which congratulations to Josh Jacobs, rushing leader. Congratulations to Josh Jacobs. He paid that man, and if you don't pay that man, you let him walk. I'm gonna drop kick down that door and start bitching at everybody. But anyways,
I'll say this about
good.
Zamir thing. I think the reason why we didn't see Zamir or Britton Brown in the last game is I think they were actually really trying to let Josh Jacobs get as many yards as he could.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but we were in a situation in that game where the running game kind of was fizzled out because of the score. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it just didn't leave room for any other running back.
But did Josh Jacobs need to do that? I mean, he already, to my understanding, he already had that sewed up, that number 1
He just
rushing
wanted to play a lot. He wanted to play a lot.
But I think
it was a meaningless game, so to say. I mean, yes, it would have been nice to win, but like, surely we could have put in Britton Brown and Zamir White a little bit more just to see what they got as an evaluation.
I think there was other. I'm not completely sure about it, but I think there was other records that Josh Jacobs could have got if he would have hit certain marks, and I think they were trying to give him that possibility. Because did he hit the Marcus Allen record? Did he get that one? Does anybody know?
Did he? Oh, I think he was a little bit under it because he did need like 143 yards in the last game.
Okay.
I do think he barely didn't get it, but let me give a shout out to ECG real quick, man. The $9.99 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. He said, here goes to helping you along your dream. I appreciate that, brother. It means a lot to me. And Alfredo for becoming a new member as well, man. Like I said, exclamation mark membership, and you'll see it just one level this time, man, and a lot cheaper. So I appreciate you guys for the support, man. It means a lot to me. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. We were just talking about running backs.
The Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen, yeah. He needed a little bit more yards. So he was just about less. But another name I wanted to bring up, and I see it in the channel, I was gonna bring it up. Sincere McCormick, remember they had him in the stash the whole year. So what are they gonna do there? They also had Chase Garbers in the stash. So those are two names to kind of like, why did you do that? What is going on? I know Sincere McCormick got hurt, but at the same time, the way they did it, it's kind of like, what's going on here? But yeah, that's just another.
To be honest with you, I mean, if they kept so many running backs like that, what I would do is honestly get rid of Bolden, and then that's where Sincere McCormick comes in. So it's like, you got rid of one, but you still had one in the wings. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a whole bunch of running backs, to be honest with you.
He said we should have played Garbers. Too much competition, and he missed the whole season already. No, that's a fact. There's gonna be a lot of changes, like I said, with this. A lot of players are gonna come and go. I think I'm gonna give another surprising one, Trayvon Merrick, and I'm gonna give an even crazier one. I'm gonna give a little bit of a crazier one, which is just a bold take, just for surprising. because there's not many surprises on this team. There's a lot of people that deserve to leave the door. But I'm gonna say this one, and this was probably gonna blow up the whole nation, and they're gonna be like, "SC said it. What is he thinking?" No, this is just for fun, just to see how everybody's feeling. Just something funny. Nate Hobbs. What would you do with Nate Hobbs? Let's talk about Nate Hobbs real quick. Damn.
Whack.
What I said in the beginning of the season?
Trash.
Change him to slot. Is that
trash?
Wait. Was that you? Yeah, that was you, right? You were on the same page as me.
He's
not a outside corner.
Everybody was like, "Yeah, he's going on the outside." I was like, "No."
I said that shit too.
Keep him right in the slot, because if you keep him in the slot, like all that whole year that he's been playing well in the slot, that's like memory bank stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep them. Think about it. If we would have had him in the slot this year, look, we would have had a solid slot corner.
Kelsey would have had 5 touchdowns that game.
But, and I see a lot of people are kind of like back and forth. Queen says Hobbs can go. We the people says moving back to slot. Eli says switching back to slot. Michael says, wow, that's bold. Hobbs guys go to back to slot, slot, and slot again. What do you think, Lo? You slot outside, gone?
Cut them all. The 3 people that I think we should keep on defense. You think I'm fucking bullshitting? Crosby.
No, I don't think you're bullshitting because I've seen your reaction to the game.
Listen, Crosby, Harmon, and fucking Chandler Jones. Y'all tripping? I need 3 leaders, bro. Fill that motherfucker up, bro. Kill everybody off this fucking defense, bro. They're trash. Hot fucking garbage, bro. Respect you guys, man, fully, but man, you guys together as a collective are fucking trash. Sorry.
You wouldn't have Hobbs back in the nickel?
No.
Bro.
Get him out of here, bro.
Hang on. Sorry. What about Masterson as a development guy? I mean, granted,
I like him. Keep
you want him out too?
I'll keep
man, I tried
Masterson.
so bad, bro. But that guy, every time when I see him in coverage, you know what he does? He turns his back. He doesn't cover. He doesn't know where he's going. When they did the ring around the rosy, he goes, "What am I doing?"
But see,
he's like a fucking No.
How are you going to go
Everybody
based on
needs to
his
go off
first
that
year in the
defense, bro.
NFL? Nah, bro.
I mean, he was a UDFA.
What are you going to be left with? You can't just cut everybody.
Crosby. Look, you know what? McDaniels is the greatest coach of all time, bro. He's going to develop a defense with 3 players. Chandler Jones. Look, they all need to go. I swear to God, bro. Hobbs ain't going to do shit, bro.
I'm sorry.
Diablo, I might give Diablo a shot at safety, possibly, because that's what he used to play. And if he thinned out and went back to fucking safety, possibly, I think he'd probably be a better safety than fucking Merrick. But then yet at the same fucking time, he's converted to a linebacker. It's fucking stupid.
That's another one. What about Amik? You think he's gonna roll?
Sorry, I'm sorry, bro, but I think Amik's gonna go, and I don't want him to because I really like him, but I think they're gonna get rid of him, bro.
What about Tyler Holt?
I'm sorry, but he has to go too, bro. Like, that's another liability, bro. For real, I'm not gonna sit here mediocre with these motherfuckers no more, bro. I can't do it. The fuck, like for real.
You can't kick out everybody though. That's the problem.
Why not?
You're kicking out everybody because you don't have.
So wait a minute. You can kick out a nine-year captain, but you can't kick off a fucking first-round draft pick that can't catch a fucking cold.
Hey,
a fucking 5'9", fucking 5'9",
bro. But you gotta see it like this,
that
bro.
was a 4th round draft pick that fucking gets burnt all the fucking time.
You kick
Who are we
everybody.
talking about? Are you talking about Amik?
Bro, yeah. And then Hobbs, his drunk ass, undrafted ass, bro. Get out of here, bro.
But below. SC, what's my favorite word?
Y'all think I'm crazy, bro? I'm not fucking
cheap
crazy. Because
labor.
Anyway.
Cheap labor. Merrick's still going to be here. Why? Because he's on cheap labor. Hobbs, he's still going to be here because it's cheap labor.
Dirty Low, I'm right there with you. We definitely need upgrades at just about every spot of the defense, but we're still going to need depth guys. Like, ideally, a lot of these guys shouldn't be starters. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we kept them around for depth, but we do need upgrades. So I'm right there with you.
Alfakasi, okay, I understand that. I understand the depth. But the guy that made the most fucking turnovers is a fucking depth piece, bro. He wasn't supposed to be the leader of the fucking defense. He had the green fucking dot. That was fucking Harmon, bro. What we talking? Come on, bro. Like, please stop. We gotta stop. The only reason why
You're playing Madden League, bro. I ain't go cap, bro. You're playing Madden League, kicking everybody out. You just can't kick out everybody, bro. That's the problem.
Look,
bro, you're
I agree with you, Eric. We can't kick everyone out, but I'm right there with you, Dirty Low. We do need upgrades at every spot. I'm right there.
Okay, listen. Okay, answer me this. What do you do? What do you do when you lose weight? What do you have to do when you lose weight, bro? You have to cut off the fat, right? You got a lot of fat.
I know.
I'm just saying, no, I mean, it's just wasteless. It's good. We like it, but it's fucking wasteless. It does nothing for us. Well,
I think let me give you my
ideal.
It does, but I mean that's something different.
That's what I'm saying. Let me give you an ideal defensive offseason. Well, actually, I'll let Avakazi go first, and then I'll go right after. Avakazi.
I was just gonna really quickly just say, look, I agree with like I'm right there with you. Just we do need role guys, depth guys. A lot of these guys, like, I wouldn't be mad if they were gone, but a lot of them I would keep around just to be rotational role guys, not as starters. You know what I mean? So I'm right there with you. We do need upgrades at just about every. I think we can all agree on that. We do need upgrades and bona fide starters rather than guys who should be role players being plugged in as starters because either the guys we pegged in as starters are hurt or they're just not getting the job done. So I'm right there with you, Dirty One.
Okay. So think about it like this. Think about a used car. Think about a used car and a new car, right? Just think about it like this. And I hate using that analogy, right? And I'm not even making it about car, so relax. A new car and a used car, right? A used car is gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get you where you gotta go, and you're gonna say $300, right? But if you get a new car that has all this warranty and all this shit, it's gonna be last longer, and you only pay an extra $20. Why not do this? So why fuck around with the mediocre? Just go get the shit that you can because you have the options to do so. What I mean by that is that we have the option and money to go get these fucking good players. So fuck these mediocre players and get good, solid depth players for the good players. So when the good players get hurt, they can come in and do what they need to do and rotate in. Because we can't have fucking our starters as fucking second round like we can't have our starters as depth pieces. You see what I'm saying?
That's all I'm trying to say.
Should not be starters. Right. Yeah. So blow this shit up. Who do we need? Harmon should be a depth piece.
Yeah. And Masterson too. Masterson should be a depth piece, but we had to shove him in as a starter.
Well, I agree with you to some I agree with you to some extent, but unfortunately we don't have 45 picks in the draft.
But we got 117 million.
You know what I'm saying? So
hey, listen, no. See, here's the thing: we got the quarterback of the future and Stidham, right? He knows the playbook 4 fucking years. He's been around it, right? The quarterback whisperer. Why doesn't he do that? It's going to be a cheap Stidham. What are we going to do? Give him a 2-year contract? Why not?
But
why
just
not do it? Because he knows his offense is great. So why in the fuck does he need to go get Tom Brady? Why does he need to get?
Look. I 100%, and I like this because it's a debate. Like I'm 100% disagree with you on this level. Look at this defense. Look at this is my ideal defense, bro. You kick out some of the fat, right? You kick out. I don't think Nate Hobbs should go because I think he was utilized wrong. I don't know why they put him in the outside. If you look at college tape, you'll know that in fucking Illinois, he was shit in the outside. He was good in the slot. What happened last year? They put him in the slot, right? The year before his rookie season, and he thrived. You put him back on the outside, and he's out here getting burnt by everybody. And you don't think that's a problem with coaching where they put him? You keep him, put him in the slot, back up a Meek, let him be the 5th, 6th cornerback. Now, this is what I would do: go out, get somebody like Greedy Williams, and remember, Tyler Hall got an extension recently. Tyler Hall was actually good this season. You bring in a guy like Greedy Williams or somebody in the cornerback position in free agency. You go draft the top tier cornerback in the draft. I think there's a lot of cornerbacks out there: Christian Gonzalez, Clark Phillips, Joey Porter, Kelly Ringo. I could continue going down the list. A lot of good defensive backs there that you could put up. And then what? You maybe bring another quarterback for free agency. There you go. There's your secondary, whatever. It's Trayvon Merrick. We need a safety. Go draft a safety. Go get a safety. I don't care how you do it. Tremaine Edmonds, all this stuff, man. I would go Tremaine Edmonds, Deron Payne. I think the problem with this pass rush was because we had no DT. In Patrick Graham's system, one of the most important things in Patrick Graham's system is the nose tackle position. And that nose tackle position was never solidified throughout the league. And you wonder why we've been so shit at pass rush. That's how I fix it.
Who did he have? Leonard Williams?
Yeah, but he got hurt with the Giants.
Right,
yeah. But I'm just saying that was his
main.
And then he had the other cat too. So look at what Snoop's put right there. He says, so coaches are the problem because none of the players are developing on schedule. Correct, right? That is very, very true. But how, if a coaching staff knows that, coming into a new fucking team, hey, check this out, across the fucking board, we need players to develop, right? So then you get rid of everybody and do what you need to do. Me and Gravy were talking about this. He's like, you can't do that. Why? He's doing it, but just slower. He's tearing this thing apart and keeping what he wants. That's what they're doing. Nobody sees that shit. Like, that's exactly what they're fucking doing. So why sit back and say we can't do that? He should have did that right when he first came in, because now he's just sitting there fucking toying with us because he doesn't have a fucking plan.
I was gonna say, like, just to what Tuan was saying about, one of your favorite things you like to say is cheap labor. From my understanding, like, I'm right there with you. We do need to trim the fat. We do need better starters. We do need upgrades at just about every position, especially on defense. But to your point, Tuan, you talk about cheap labor. I mean, we do have the draft. I mean, we don't have 100 picks, but we've got a lot of draft picks this year to be able to upgrade that defense and get, if we can, better starters, and some rotational guys later on in the draft. If they turn out to be better than that, then fantastic. But it's going to be very imperative this year's draft for us to really hit it out of the ballpark, so to say, and find those guys, starters and rotational guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
No, I agree with you, Avocasi, but I was saying that in Lowe's, response, because he's talking about almost pretty much wiping out everything. And if you do that, those 12 picks, or how many, picks that we have, that's not going to be enough to get us back to where, we know that we can be.
No.
Okay, well, see, this is the thing. See, the 12 picks aren't really going to matter, because this is the thing. Now, this is what you got to really, really think of. Regardless of the play, regardless of the fucking play of fucking Carr, right? The whole NFL, everybody, us, we all seen exactly how fucking cutthroat these motherfuckers were. So guess what? They don't respect them. They said should have let him play out this fucking season. Even Ben Roethlisberger, after all the bullshit, still had a winning season with fucking Tomlinson, because Tomlinson still stuck with them. That shows I don't mind it, man. Like, I'm a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? It shows no leadership. So you think that people are going to come over here and be like, we're going to play for a minimum dude that'll just cut us for no fucking reason. Play our heart out for this fucking guy. You guys are fucking tripping, bro.
That's why I'm saying we need hella picks, because if free agents,
they're not going to want to come over and play for this.
But I'm just saying, they have pretty much, I'm gonna say it like this. Pretty much they have no choice. It's either they want to get this money or they don't. You know what I'm saying? When they come out of college, they just want to get to the NFL because they know that's money. You know what I'm saying? But for a free agent, they're like, oh, for sure I ain't going over there. So that's why we need that many picks to even fill out a competitive roster. That's why I'm saying.
In other words,
that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because the only people that will be okay with coming in and trying to do something is somebody that's never been in the NFL.
And you know what? You know what? Some of the picks that we might possibly get for a guy that we're going to end up having to cut.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Now, because of that, the 0 and 7, him in the cold weather, he's not going to the East Coast. So the Jets are out, bro. Jets ain't gonna fucking get Carr. Y'all tripping? You think they're gonna give him fucking #1 picks to go play in the fucking cold in New York? He'll get ate alive, bro. Or fucking the other New York, bro. He'll be a backup, bro. He ain't doing shit over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so now pretty much because of bad fucking coaching and bad everything, check this shit out. Think about it. If you would have came in and said, man, fuck that, we're going with Mariota, woo, let's fucking trade Carr, we would have had his fucking pick. They let him play out. They let him play out. Dude, they would have had more. The coaching staff should have knew that they didn't want to stick with him, so they would have traded him off fucking top and got #1 picks and grabbed somebody. Grab that defense and kept fucking Stidham. But that's not what they're thinking. They're saying that we're thinking ahead and we're thinking this and we got to think. But no, but they're not thinking fucking logically, bro. They're fucking backtracking, bro. They're backtracking their fuck ups. Now McDaniel's fucking up, so now he's trying to figure like, well, this player, like they're reaching, bro, and it's gonna be like that. They're gonna end up blowing this whole thing up regardless because it's just what they do, and it's just you can see it. It's just fucking evident. All the fucking arrows are pointing to that. Now,
let me tell you a little bit about why I don't think blowing it up is a factor here. Like as far as people are leaving regardless. I mean, there's a lot of free agents on the defensive side of the ball that are leaving anyways. That's already point blank, right? Anyways, moving on here. When you look at the top defenses in the league, we could agree that the Niners are one of them and Pittsburgh's one of them, right? And they've been dominant for a very long time. Something they both have are not big name cornerbacks, not big name safeties. Why? Yes, Minka Fitzpatrick over there with Pittsburgh, of course. And of course, Tre'Davious Tart, he left the San Francisco Niners this year. He had him last year. But this is the point. When you look at their defensive line, right? And let me read you some of their defensive line, right? You have Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, and Nick Bosa and Drake Greenlaw on the thing. And then you got your linebackers, Fred Warner. And then your corners are literally Aziz Al-Shahir, Tre'Davious Ward, Samuel Womack III, and Jason Verrett has been on IR the whole time, so he's not even a factor. So those are some of the cornerbacks. Off of those names, we only know practically one, Tre'Davious Ward, in my opinion. I doubt anybody knows Samuel Womack. I doubt anybody knows Al-Shazir. And then you look at Pittsburgh, right? You have Alex Highsmith and Arthur Moulette as a corner, and your backups are Jameer Jones, James Pierce. Let's be honest, we don't know them, right? William Jackson has been on the IR, right? And you look at your front seven, Larry Ajanobi, Montrezl Adams, which I don't really know that much about Adams, but I do know Cameron Hayward and TJ Watt. Those two teams are one of the most dominant defenses. Why? Because it's built up front. When your front is built up and your pass rush is good, your secondary, all they have to be is at least decent or good, and they will ball out. Because the less time the quarterback has, the less time the corners have to be running around with their heads cut off. And sometimes the corners are at fault because sometimes they be getting burned right off the bat. But most of the time, we never get pressure, especially in the second half. Sometimes Max Crosby gets double team held, all those things. Chandler Jones is non-existent, and then we don't even got pass rush up the middle, and we give the quarterback time to set his feet and pick apart the defense because the secondary has to be going all over the fucking place. So that's what I'm saying. You don't need to get all these players. All you need is some big names up front, and you will be good with getting a decent secondary, bro. You'll get away with it. That's what I'm trying to say. And linebackers.
We definitely need, again, it goes back to what I was saying. We need upgrades just about every position on defense, but it's glaring especially at defensive tackle. We need, look, Billings, those other cats, some of them did okay some of the time, but we need someone who's going to tear it up like a Kinlaw or something like that. And whether we can get him in free agency, whether it will be the draft, I don't care. We need to get better out of that spot. Chandler Jones at defensive end, that's another spot we might need to shore up too. You know what I mean? Like,
you think Carr for DeForest Buckner is a thing? You think Carr for DeForest Buckner, the Colts? You think is a thing?
Crazy. They ain't doing
I'm just throwing it out there.
Brother, respectfully, no, bro. Like, look, I got love for everybody on the panel, bro. I talk mad shit, bro. But like, I only go from just like not necessarily feelings. A mixture of both. But like, a lot of the facts are there, bro. There's no way Carr's getting traded for DeForest fucking Buckner.
No, I know. I was just throwing it out there.
That would be lovely, but there's no fucking way, bro. There's no way. I
get you. Shout out to Raider. He says, I want Jalen Carter, but I ain't falling to 7. No, that's a fact. And I didn't do a mock draft. I just did the first few picks before ours just to show you what my ideal situation is heading into the draft. And as of right now, before free agency, let me remember you, before free agency, because free agency comes first before the draft. This is my ideal first 6 picks before us. This is how I have it. Personally, let me take off the banner. Hold on. I got Will Anderson going first. I have Bryce Young going to the Texans. I have Jalen Carter going to the Cardinals. I have CJ Stroud going to the Colts. I have Paris Johnson Jr. going to the Seahawks. And I have Quentin Johnson going to the Lions. You could switch CJ Stroud and the Lions and whatever the fuck, but I personally think this is how it's going to go. Will Levis can go here because I know a lot of people are blowing him up. But in my opinion, he ain't a top 6 picks. This is what I see the board going right now.
Just on that, like, again, like my knowledge when it comes to college football is pretty limited. However, Jalen Carter, from what I understand, there's a lot of noise being made that he's definitely the number one DT and one of the premier defensive players coming out of college. Now, I wouldn't be mad. I mean, we're not so far away from that number 3 spot. I mean, it's going to cost us a bit in draft capital, but we've got the capital this year to move up that many spots. And if it takes that much to get a player like Carter, if he is what people say he is, then I'd be all about it. And, you know, you were talking about like how with quarterbacks, like, you know, teams might be, you know, you were talking about maybe 5 quarterbacks might go in the first round. Well, that might actually bode well for us. If we're not going to be drafting a quarterback in the first round and these teams start panicking, players start to fall. I mean, look what happened to Khalil Mack like a few years ago when he fell into us, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there is that. Like, if it takes for us to have to trade up maybe a few of our draft picks, so be it. We've got the capital this year to do it. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I'm with it, man. I think it's about time we I'm not saying that, you know, Jalen Carter is the answer, but we need to take a good stab at somebody that caliber.
We haven't drafted a stud on defense outside of Khalil Mack for how long now? How long? Who's the other guy at defense that's been a stud who we've drafted in round 1? Oh wait, who's the last?
So yeah, we're gonna.
It's going to be a long off season. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a long off season, a surprising one, and a lot of changes, which I'm a little bit excited because it's like I want to know what they're doing, bro, because I don't know. That's why I named it What Directions Are the Raiders Heading? And if you look at the thumbnail, if you guys don't know what the thumbnail looks like, it literally says what path. This path is going to many directions practically. That's what the gist of my thumbnail means. There's so many ways that this could go. I just hope it takes us to the right way. I just can't predict what way they're going to go. There's 3 lanes, and I don't know what lane they're going to, but I hope it's the right one, right? I could only hope. And if they do good, hey, fuck it. Hey, screw it. We do good next year. We make it a playoffs. That'll be the best thing that happens. That's the best scenario. The worst scenario is we go through another shithole of a year, and then we fire the coach again. Then we go through the same shit again. So there's 2 different options, right? Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Like, it goes back to what you're saying about, like, you know, you don't like to say you don't believe in this coaching stuff. I don't think that's so much of a problem. I mean, I don't believe so much in McDaniels or Graham, but I'm going to stay hopeful. I think that's the word, is hopeful. Like, you know, we always got to stay hopeful that somehow, some way they can turn it around and make believers out of us. Because so far it's been going south and it hasn't really given us much to believe in. But if it looks like we're going to keep them around, probably. I'm going to stay hopeful. If they can turn it around, fantastic. Whatever.
No fact. We're kind of heading to the end of the show. I kind of went past the time because I have to go. But this live will continue anyways as far as Thursday goes, most likely, because, of course, this is the off season now. There's playoff games, right? The playoff games. Go watch some free agents out there in the playoffs. I already got my bracket. And if you guys want to know who I have winning personally, let me actually bring it up. I don't know if I could bring it up, actually. Let me just tell you. I got the Niners beating the Seahawks. I know I hate to see that. I have the Jaguars upsetting the Chargers. I have the Bills beating the Dolphins. I have the Vikings beating the Giants. I have the Bengals beating the Ravens. I have the Cowboys actually beating the Bucks, in my opinion. I think they end up getting it done. And besides that, then the next round is, of course, the Chiefs. They have a bye week. And then fucking the Eagles have a bye week. So that's another thing there. But overall, I do think there's going to be a long off season. Hopefully it doesn't have to do with a lot of heartbreaks. I hope it's more of, hey, we got this big name player. Let's go. Superstar. Let's fucking go. We got Deron Payne. We got goddamn Jalen Ramsey traded, like all this shit. Or it could be like we got Jackson Two-Face the Third coming to the Raiders. Like, Phillips. Phillips. I hope it's the best, man. So I'm going to give my panel a little bit, like a minute, to let them know where they could find you and stuff like that, and any final thoughts. First, I'm gonna go with Avakazi over here to my left over here, but on the screen you're right. It's kind of weird. Anyways, go ahead.
I gotcha. I make that mistake all the time myself.
Yeah.
Look, thanks for having me on the panel. It's always good to chop it up with you guys. It's been a pleasure. Everybody in the chat gang, salute to you. My final thoughts. Look, there's a lot of things that, like, I don't have belief in, but I'm gonna stay hopeful. Look. Just by any means, just get it done. Get us back to the promised land and get us back to our winning ways. Turn this shit around. Just win, baby. Whatever it takes. Thanks for having me on, Eric.
Of course. And before we continue, of course, Avakazi Raider, please, if my mods could please kindly put the links in the thing. Just a quick thing, I forgot to go over this. These are our official teams. We're playing 10 playoff teams, y'all. Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, of course. Then we got the Jets, the Packers, the Patriots, the Vikings, the Steelers, the Giants, the Chicago Bears, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Detroit Lions, and the Indianapolis Colts. Just a little quick reminder for everybody, man. It's gonna be a long season if we don't do the right moves in the offseason. Hopefully, we do the right moves in the offseason. That's just a quick little thing, and I'll talk about
Yeah.
later on. Anyways, screw you, Julio Coolio. No, I'm just kidding. All love. Anyways, on to let's go with Low, and then we'll go with Twan at the end. What you got for us, Low?
Ah, shit, man. Pretty much. Go Raiders. That's it. I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow, probably about 7:00 p.m. So, catch me at IG, YouTube, Dirty Low. That's it.
Twan, what you got for us?
Man, blessings to all of you guys, you know what I'm saying, under the sound of my voice. I think this is time, you know what I'm saying? This is the time for everybody to get, let's just say the season is a wrap. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody needs to, this is the perfect time to get your mental, you know what I'm saying, get your chicken together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we already know it's gonna be a headache, you know what I'm saying, when we really get into it, you know what I'm saying? And that's as Eric already just showed us, you know what I'm saying, 10 playoff teams next season, you know what I'm saying? So if they ain't preparing for that, then we already know what's gonna happen. Yeah. So you'll catch me, you know what I'm saying, on these other guys' channels. But if you want to hit me up, you know what I'm saying, on IG, you can hit me up on Twan, TWUAN. Like I say it all the time. It's so nice. You got to say it twice. TWUAN. And then Raider Twan on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just subscribe. If you like anything that I say, if you like how I eat brown crackers, you know what I'm saying? Just subscribe to Raider Twan on YouTube. And then Yes Sir Outdoors is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Yes Sir Outdoors.
Yep. And I appreciate the panel for joining me today, man. And appreciate everybody that was here, man. We had 70 throughout that whole live, man, and not really many people left. It didn't even fall below 60. So I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. That means we're growing. At the end of the day, we're closer to 2,000. Shout out to Pharaoh, man. He said Mark Davis needs to go. That's another topic that I'll talk about later on a different live, Pharaoh, because I'm on the same boat as you. But I know I get a lot of hate for it. But I got a lot of reasons why as well, man. Shout out to Pharaoh, man. And shout out to everybody that joined us, man. If you guys can, go hit all the links that Terrence is dropping, man. Go hit up all their YouTubes on my panel.
Thank you,
Raider
Terrence.
and Raider Twan, man. Please go support. Also, you got my Discord, my membership, and all that. And you also got my Instagram. That's the best way to reach me is my Instagram and Discord. I appreciate you guys, like I said, man.
Right away.
Shout out to everybody, man. And also go support my people behind the scenes, man. People that do a lot behind the scenes, that do a lot on Instagram. Queen Raider was in the building. Terrence does a lot behind the scenes and also brought his podcast back. You have All Eyes on G2, does great graphics, man. Helped me a lot with a lot of things, man. Taught
Sean
me
James,
a lot.
another one.
Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's in there, man. Shout out to everybody that didn't sadly make it. And look, it Earn's off fucking late. Fuck you,
great,
Ern.
brother.
God damn it, Ern.
Yeah.
Fuck. Ern, what the fuck? No,
Jesus,
just kidding.
always
Shout out to Ern, man. He was doing
He's
a lot
on
of
time.
things, man.
He's on time.
Shout out to Pharaoh, like I said, man. Shout out to all the
What up,
content
Pharaoh?
creators
Oh,
that are
shit,
out there,
Pharaoh.
man. Like I said, as much as in December, November, I was a little bit negative on certain things, and indirectly in 2023, I'm leaving all that shit there. Now I just want to bless everybody that has a YouTube channel, Instagram, that supports the Raider Nation and does content for the Raider Nation. Whether I disagree, agree, think you're dumb, think you're smart, whatever the case may be, I will never wish anybody to have a horrible, YouTube or anything or somebody's downfall. So hopefully everybody grows and we grow together, man. Hopefully one day we could go back to one, because I know there's a lot of division. A lot of people like to not say it, but there is. And hopefully it goes back to one so everybody could eat and everybody could support each other and everybody could realize that we're one nation and we shouldn't be going against each other. It should be nation versus all. And what I mean against the NFL, fuck the other teams. Every single other team, fuck them, screw them. I don't give a fuck if Kansas City is 7-0 against us. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. I don't give a shit about the Chargers. They won. Wow, they made the playoffs and they're probably gonna get bounced down in the first round. Anyway, shout out to JT in the building. Shout out to Aquavision, man. I see you're new here, and I see you're a Miami Dolphins. Good luck to your Dolphins. I think you guys made the playoffs, right? Good luck to your Dolphins.
That's where Derek Carr's going.
Shout out to everybody,
Yeah,
man.
watch.
Blessings.
Watch. That's where Derek Carr's going.
It'll
Watch.
be crazy. It'll be crazy. He said, "Call me Nat Turner of the Raider Nation, man." JT as well, man. Always
Oh,
throwing
Jesus.
love. Shout out to Bugsy Raider as well, man. On the way out, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and like I said, subscribe to my panel. Thank you for everybody that joined me, man. And remember my quote. I need to come up with a new quote for 2023, but for now, I'm gonna keep it the same.
It's okay to be a donor.
That too. It's okay to be a donor, man. Please be a donor. Go save a life and do a lot, man. Shout out to Hamlin, of course. He's doing even better. That is amazing news there on that front as well. But besides that, yeah, Raider Nation for life, just win, baby, man. Hopefully we go back to that commitment to excellence, man. And besides that, tough times never last, but tough people do, and you guys are all tough people. Remember that, man. Keep it going, keep it positive when no one's lucky, man. And shout out to the nation, man.
Peace.
Have a blessed night. Peace.